Good evening, good Friday evening. I am Deidre Singled Out Loud Jones from the DMV. That goes for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And we are so hungover from our last hangout that we decided to do this again, impromptu style, on a Friday evening. Yes, it's Valentine's Day weekend, but so what? It does not stop us from making money. So we decided to show up this evening, myself, Denise Kirksey, and a couple of panelists, just to talk about this business with you. Um, I'm Deidre Singled Out Loud Jones. I live here in the DC and Virginia area, and I started, well, you hear this e-commerce word, that's the new buzzword. It's e-commerce. And that just means selling online on whatever platform that you decide to sell on. And goody for us that we're selling on 3 to 5 platforms, and the business that we're in teaches you exactly how to sell on those platforms. They are eBay, Amazon, Bonanza, Google, I mean, you name it. We're just branching out. Shopify. We have a lot of stuff that's contained that you will hear about tonight. But we are the elite e-commerce masters, and that's exactly what we're grooming everyone here to become. And if you are not already, we are all a work in progress. We say that too a lot, but it's all true. So in any case, I'm Deidre. I've been selling online for a little over 2 years now, and I'm a divorced mom, single mom of 3 boys now. They are 14, 17, and 19. And they eat half the house. They eat things that are not anchored down, all those kinds of things. If you have children, you kind of know what I mean. So I came into this business. I met my sponsors at some other event for another business, and I met them on the way out to my car. So they told me about selling things on eBay and Amazon, and it stuck with me because as a newly divorced mom back in the day, I actually had to pay $325 a week for daycare for 3 children, and it was just me with 1 income. So I had to figure out how to make it happen, and that was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. $325 a week is a ton of money, even back then. So what I did was I was going to Nordstrom's and I was buying shoes and everything else that was on clearance, and I was taking pictures with dumb phones because back then there were no smartphones. They were just phones that kind of took pictures. So I put those pictures up, and I would try to sell those items, and then when they didn't sell, I took the pictures down, took the stuff back to Nordstrom's, got all my money back, bought some new stuff. Anyway, that was a lot of doing. So when they introduced me to this business and told me that I actually would not have to touch the products, I didn't have to buy them first, I didn't have to go out begging my friends or anything else, I was really excited about it. So I got started right away, and that was October of 2013. So that's what I was doing back then, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I just started telling everybody, here's my link, try this business, I'm doing it. So anyway, fast forward, now it has been 2+ years. I've met some phenomenal people. Of course, there's a lot more meat to the story, but I don't need to go into all that stuff right now. I just want to let you know that I'm just excited today, 2 years later, as I was 2 years ago. Because this business, it takes off, and you don't have to reach back 2 months to get a testimony. You can reach back 2 hours or even yesterday, and you'll have evidence that this actually works. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Denise Kirksey. And of course, we'll go back and forth throughout this hangout to talk about the various points, the various aspects of it, the different variations within it, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, I, Deidre Jones, am handing it over to Denise Kirksey, the eBay queen. Go for it, Denise.
Thank you, Deidre. You know, I've never heard someone refer to phones as dumb phones, you know, like smartphones, so I thought that was really funny. But, so my name is Denise Kirksey. I started in this business in October of 2014, so exactly 1 year after Deidre started. And I came across it, and I just a little bit of history about me. I had tried work-from-home businesses, you name it, weight loss, essential oils. I mean, I tried it, and I just could not sell anything to my friends and family. My friends and family weren't interested. They were, you know, starting their own businesses, also trying to work from home. So it was like we were all just kind of overlapping on each other and just spending more money than we were making. It was probably because I didn't know how to market. I just didn't know how to properly market. So then I came across this business, and I was thinking, wow, I can make money on eBay and I do not have to recruit a single person. That was really important to me because I couldn't recruit. My friends and family weren't interested, so I saw this drop shipping business. What is drop shipping? Drop shipping is where you take a product and you list it on another platform, and then whenever it sells, then we will go and we'll order the product at a lower cost. So we list it for a higher cost. And if you look at prices on different platforms, you know, you'll have a price that'll start at $68.99, and then the highest price on from another store platform, it'll be like $130. So think about it. What if you could take a product and you're going to order it at the lowest cost, and you could list it on another platform in the middle and make a profit? So I was sitting here thinking, this is genius. I cannot believe it. I didn't even sit on it and think about it. I was talking to my boyfriend about it, and he was like, no, you know all this work-from-home businesses, you pay to get into them, and it's a scam. And I remember sitting in this same chair at my desk, and I was like, I will, unless I try it, I won't know, and I don't want to regret it. So I signed up right away, and I started watching the training, and I started listing on eBay right away. And within like 2 days, I made my first sale. I was so excited. I mean, the cha-ching sound on my phone, it actually scared me. I was like, what is that? You know, because I wasn't aware of it. So it's been a great journey. I've been pretty much supporting my family doing this business since I started in October of 2014. So I'm excited because I didn't have to recruit, but then it only took me a week to start recruiting. And it wasn't that I didn't know how to market, it was I didn't have a business that I was passionate about. So as soon as I found a business that I was passionate about and I started learning marketing, it just kind of took off within a week of being in this business. And I've started signing up people locally, people I went to high school, and I'm helping them out and stuff also. So next, I want to introduce you guys Whitney. And Whitney has been on my team for over a year. So we met and we just started working together, and it's been really awesome. So Whitney, if you want to come on and tell us, you know, why you started this business and your story, kind of.
All right. So I'm Whitney. Hi. I tried a few work-at-home opportunities, and I saw Denise's post. She posted quite a few times in the work-from-home groups. And I was in a direct selling company prior, and my direct selling company was working, but I wasn't reaching my income goals. Whereas some people are excellent at direct selling business, I wasn't. I was just missing something. So I finally decided to ask Denise for information. I started off with selling on eBay to have some money for my vacation obsession. When my husband lost his job a few months ago, I was more prepared than I thought because I had been building an income with e-commerce and with marketing as well, and now it's my full-time income. I pay more than half of our bills, and it's just going to keep growing with eBay and with marketing, and I just added in Amazon and Shopify, so that's pretty great. Another great thing I really like about this business compared to other direct selling companies, whereas in direct selling companies, you are only allowed like 10-15% profit margin. They decide your profit margin. In this business, I can create my own profit margin. I don't have to keep within that range. I can make it from 10% to 70% if I want. I'm in control of my sales, and I'm in control of what I make on each sale. Now, recruiting is optional, but I recruit, though, because I want to help people do the same thing I have been doing. I am grateful every day that I made the decision to ask Denise for more information. I mean, I think about it, if I never asked her and never took action, who knows where I'd be right now. We might be homeless, you know, for just because that happened, and I was prepared, and it's just been great. So.
What an awesome story, Whitney. That is really, I love the way you said every single thing that came uncoached right out of your own mouth, and I can hear the sincerity in you and how much it means to you in your heart. When you have a family and you're really trying to support your family, it feels so good to be contributing something, and it also feels so good to be in control. Just like you said, you started out selling your items at the at a reasonable rate, but if you decided that you wanted to make the increase, you could do that and see what it did for you. But I sense your sincerity, and I can tell how much better it made you feel, like when you can say that you can pay half, because a lot of times over time, women especially, I'm sorry, but women have felt like even though they stay at home, because we make it look so easy, people think that we're made out of steel. But the thing is, we still want to feel smart. We still want to feel like we're learning some skills that are transferable and spill over into our lives. So I really appreciate how you express that, and it really that really is going to really make a difference with a lot of people. So I appreciate you expressing yourself the way that you did, and I love exactly the way you said it. And yes, you are in control, and you do not have to recruit. And I don't even use that word really, because everyone who has joined me in this business, guess what has happened? I have drawn them to me because I didn't have to ask them. They were seeking me. I was running from them. Okay? So it's a little bit different. So good for you.
I just I love how you started this business to fund a hobby. But then, something happened, and you guys you weren't prepared for it, but in a way, you were prepared for it because you had a backup, and that was this business, and now you can support your family. So just by doing it part-time, you just go to full-time, and you actually started supporting your family. So that's awesome. I think that's really great that someone can just come in, I want to fund a hobby, but then something happens. You just never know what's going to happen. And I felt like in everything that you said, I almost kind of teared up with the way you were like, I don't know what I would have done if I would have met this Denise. I don't think a lot of us realize how much we've reached out to people and we've helped them in the last year. So I appreciate that. That was really
I think people evolve. This business takes on a life of its own, and it goes on by itself, and you end up evolving. I just think it's the most beautiful thing still even now. It's great.
Exactly, because when we're bringing other people into this business, it's not like we're recruiting, because it's not like direct sales where you have to meet a certain amount to get paid a certain amount every month. People come to us and they want to change their lifestyle, and we're helping them if they want it. If you want it, then you can do it. But all you have to do is really just want it. So next, I want to bring out my friend from high school. Her name is Heather. We haven't talked in a long time. It hasn't been not a long time. It hasn't been that long since we've been out of high school. But she came to me, she started seeing my posts and stuff, and she wanted to join my business. And when I first started this business, I'm not going to lie, I was hesitant to even post on my wall because I didn't want to introduce people that I knew on a personal level into something that wasn't going to work. So it brought me out of my comfort zone, let's say it like that, building locally and bringing people in that I went to high school with. But I'm confident that this business can work for the majority, depending on your lifestyle. We all have different lifestyles, every single one of us. So I want to let Heather come out, and I want to let Heather tell her story and how she started and why.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Heather. This is Eden. This is my lovely 2-year-old. I have 3 children. I have 2 boys. They are 8, 10, and then baby girls, 2. My husband and I have been together for about 7 years now. And I'm new to this e-commerce. I started in November of this past year. Had no idea anything about it. I just kept seeing Denise post up on Facebook where she was making money and selling stuff on eBay, and I just kept watching while she's waving. And eventually one day I just decided to ask her. I'm like, you know what? I'm just wondering what she's doing. Like, how is she making money online? I need to know how, because in the past I've done the same. I've sold Mary Kay. I actually tried to sell it twice. didn't go very well. I've tried to sell Plexus. I tried to do the surveys online. You know, my goal is to be able to stay home with my children and just be able to not rush around in the evenings because they're all involved in sports, and it's just very hectic, busy lives. And my husband and I both work really hard. Last year, we actually worked 5 jobs in total between the two of us. So my goal is to replace many of those with making money on eBay and other platforms. Denise has been great with helping me. I had no idea the stuff that she's taught me is almost and just incredible, the things that are out there and available to people that you didn't really know existed. I didn't even know this world existed until she explained it to me, and to fathom the thought of how much money is out there and how many different ways you can make money, it blows my mind. So I had to try to explain this to my husband, and if you knew him, it's kind of like talking to a newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's on our side, and Denise comes over, and we have him to the point now where when I walk in the door, he's like, "What'd you sell today? How much money did you make today?" I still currently work full time with the 3 kids. So when I think of people that are like moms that say they don't have time, they have time. Last year, my husband and I worked 5 jobs again. I was enrolled in school part time the whole entire year.
Wow.
Kept a 3.5 grade point average, and we have 3 kids. And I've started this while doing that. So people can do it if they really want it. And my family is determined. We're fighters. We're going to make this work. So I'm just excited to see what this year brings after only being in it for about 4 months so far, and it's been awesome. So,
Heather, you're awesome. You are awesome. Because you know what? That determination comes through like fire. And I know exactly what you mean. And that is the reason why when people tell us that they can't do this and they can't do that, you have a husband, and I have 3 sons, and it's been just me for 15 years. So that's why, yeah, we don't receive excuses well, do we?
No.
No, not at all.
I'm a fighter. I am not going to lay down and lose. So I'm going to give it all I have, and we're going to rock on, huh?
Oh, no, you'll be very successful. One thing I wanted to say, too, is that sometimes, like Denise said, I mean, I had been in network. Hi, little baby. She's waving. Hey, little girl. Hi, little honey. Hi. People will be skeptical in the background, but the thing about this business is it doesn't take long to see results, and not little teeny-weeny ones either. So as you do this business, you become more confident, and then you stand up enough to tell people to keep their negative comments to themselves. And when you get results each day, when you make money every single day and you have money in your hand, you don't have to worry about next month's cycle. You don't have to worry about when the next pay run for checks are. You get money in your hand, and it's very easy to send people back to their corners when you have results in your hand, because you can't argue with results. And that's what we try to tell people, and I know that you've experienced that yourself, because this isn't something that takes a long time to get results. So awesome stuff.
The crazy thing, you know, like, it doesn't take long to start making money, and I can relate to Denise when my phone goes off and I know that sound, I get all excited, like I do a dance, and my husband's like, what are you doing?
What's the sound, Heather? What's the sound? What's the sound you hear? What's the sound?
I can't tell you. but it, every day it gets easier and easier, and I can just tell every day that I not only get better, but I'm learning more and just going to make more progress that way. So when you put in the time, you're going to get a result. And
definitely, you got to definitely put the time in and be willing to put the time in.
Yep.
So, I like this story.
The time you put in yesterday and the time I put in today is going to pay me next week. And it's almost, kind of like a paycheck. You work, and you work 2 weeks, but then you wait 7 days for that 2-week paycheck. And it comes out like that in this business. And then once you keep doing it and you make it a schedule to do it every day with consistency, it just kind of becomes habit. just part of your day, and it doesn't seem like work at all. You know, whenever you're just getting your daily things done, it's habit. It becomes normal. It becomes natural to your day and what you're doing. It's not like work at all to me. I never feel like I get up every day and I work. Because if I want to lay on the couch and watch movies all day, I can put my laptop on my lap and I can do that. So it's not like work at all. But if I want to take a nap, I can take a nap, you know? So it doesn't make a difference throughout my days, but you have to put in work every day. And I think a lot of people don't realize that in these type of businesses. But I will say, you know, all my friends that are in direct sales businesses, they have to build their businesses for 6 months to a year before even making their first $200 online.
Right.
And that's something that you can do in your first month in this business. And I'm not guaranteeing any income to anyone. I'm not making any promises or anything. It all depends on you. But you can come into this business with consistent action, and within your first week, you can start making money. And then it will just continue to multiply as you put in the work. And the longer you stay doing it and stuff like that. I'm not promising anything. I just want to tell everyone that your results are dependent upon you, but I like the way Heather said it. And I can relate to what Heather said about the first eBay teaching, because a few weeks ago I started Shopify, and when I got my first sale, I was seriously jumping up and down, screaming, and my son was screaming and stuff, so it was almost like he knows. So whenever my phone goes to ching, he's like, you know, he knows something's up and it's exciting and stuff like that. So it's just become alive. And then what you said about your husband coming home, whenever I first started, my boyfriend would come home every day and he'd be like, did you sell something? So now it's just kind of normal. He doesn't really ask, you know. But when I first started, every day he would come in, did you sell something? Did you sell something? And I'm like, yeah, I did. You know, I was really excited. So.
And you know, for me, it's when my sons get home, they want to know what sold so they can go to Chipotle and get E. coli one more time. I'm only kidding. But really, I mean,
I'm pretty sure that was a scam.
That was. You know, there's just so many great things. But one thing I wanted to touch on what you said, Denise, you said getting paid in 2 weeks and the various things, but the great thing is, as we've grown, you know, 2 years ago we only had, well, we sold on 2 platforms, eBay and Amazon maybe, but now we have Bonanza, and like you said, you have Shopify, and a lot of these platforms are allowing us to get paid every day, and we don't have to wait. You know, so it's your pick. You can mix and match, and you know, if you're like me, attention deficit disorder person who's unmedicated, you know, you have a short attention span. So you have all these different things. I know it's us, Denise, right? You can do these different things, and you can, you know, you can vary your day, which keeps it very interesting, not to mention the different things that happen, because a couple of things that I've listed today have already sold today. And so, I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. But, of course, the details are all in the background. And if you're not already in this business, someone said last week, if you're not already selling online, you're being left behind, because each day it's cash. And a lot of the training is very user-friendly. And you just learn so many different things. I mean, when are you ever going to stop shopping? You're never going to stop shopping. Nobody is. And so why not get paid to do it? Why not? Did you get a cha-ching, Denise? Did something sell? Huh?
Yeah, I did.
Denise sold an item on the Hangout. That happens. It's awesome. It really is. So let's see. So what are you gonna say? All right. So what we have said. All right. So eBay, Amazon, Shopify, Bonanza. All the training is so very user friendly. And you can get it in where it fits in, and that's the other thing about this business. The flexibility is absolutely incredible. It's up to you. Your whole life is your life. I mean, as someone who's been in network marketing for over 25 years, no one's calling me on the 28th and saying, Deirdre, it's the end of the month. What do your numbers look like? I don't care. They look like whatever they happen to be this month. Whatever went on with my family, my kids went crazy, there's someone sick over here, I got to go over there. Whatever you have to do, life will continue to happen, but on, all jokes aside, you really can adjust your schedule to be what you need it to be, and you can pick this back up and go with the gusto when it works for you. But really, when you're consistent, as I have learned, writing goals down and things like that has helped me tremendously being in this business. But I have to also say that it's not like any other conventional business that you will ever see. And so there are some things that you will have to unlearn and get out of your head, or else you will be in your very own way. So that's what I've learned in the 2 years. Get out of your own way, stop overthinking things, and be able to take and follow simple directions.
Agreed. When I said about the paychecks and you wait 7 days, I'm still getting paid for work I did 6 months ago. I listed an item and it sold 500 times in the last 6 months. So I did the work because I just relisted it. The listing stays there. Yeah. So whenever you do this work today and you just start, and maybe you didn't make a sale, but 6 months from now, you never know if that's an item that's going to sell 100 times. So it's really awesome because I'm still generating an income from that 5 minutes worth of work. And, we find items at the lowest price, and we kind of put them there in the middle of other prices, because they range probably 50 to 100%. And if you look at statistics of people shopping online, I don't know if anyone saw last week, but Sears and Kmart's and Targets are closing down their brick and mortar stores because people are shopping online. And we are strategically putting our items in there with everybody else, with Sears, with Walmart, Overstock, you name it. We're strategically putting our items in there, and we are selling them because people they're not going to a local store anymore. They go to their computer and they think, I want this book or I want this item, and they just order it online and they receive it in their mail. It's convenient. I mean, you name it. So that is why we are in this business and so successful, is because every year more and more people are shopping online and not going to these brick and mortar stores like they were before. So if you could think about it, join in with us, put your items in there, and mind you, we will teach you. We have the training. We have tools that will help you list. We have a tool to list on eBay. We have a tool to list on Bonanza. We will also give you training where you can go to brick and mortar stores and you can buy stuff and you can send it into Amazon. Now you'll have an app, you can scan it, it'll tell you if it's profitable. So everything will be right in front of you. You'll know exactly what to do. We call it shopping for profits. It kind of makes shopping fun. We all shop. I've gone to Walmart once this week already, and when I do, I always look at the clearance section, and I start looking at the items, and I go through those steps in the training to see if there's profit, and I'll send it into Amazon. So that's not drop shipping, but it's just a little kind of tidbit of what else you'll get training on in the prime level.
Okay.
Deetra's real good. She's real big on shopping for profits and stuff like that. I'm not huge on it. I don't drive. I was disabled when I started this business. I'm an epileptic, and my body just does not work well with the schedule of working. Getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home at 5, making dinner, getting laundry done, doing anywhere else I want to go, and then in bed by 10, 11, and then back up at 5 the next morning. My body can't handle it. I just have seizures. I end up losing my job, so it's my choice. I don't drive, and so I don't shop for profits that often. I try to do it once a week, and I send one shipment in, and it's been really good for me. But Deetra, she has just an eye for these products, and it's exactly where to go, where to get them, and it's been very profitable for her. But like I said, we all have different lifestyles. So we have to do what fits us with what platforms, and that's what's so awesome about this business.
And I also love it because it's also a great part of being a team. We all have something to bring to the table, including you. You may not, and we discourage people from looking around at everybody else. You have to discover what your area of expertise will become, and we will help you hone whatever that area is. But we all help each other. And while Denise, we call her the eBay queen, she's very good at details, and she can figure stuff out that I just can't even take it. It's like overload for the brain. So Denise handles those types of things, but we also share information. There are millions and zillions of dollars out there for all of us, so we're not hoarders of information. And that really makes such a difference, because you have an entire community who's willing to come alongside you and help you learn this business. Not do it for you, but to help you. So that's what we do, and it just is really a great thing, and we love it. We really, really come together and discuss things, mastermind, and that's why we are the elite e-commerce masters. And so I love it. So yeah, so the model that we use, though, it's called INFINii, and we use it depends on what you want to do. But when people decide to join us and run with us in this business, we sort of talk to you and find out what you want to do. And then when you tell us what your goals are, we as your leaders and as your sponsors try to help you meet those goals. And oh, trust me, you will meet them and exceed them quite a bit. This doesn't take long. It does very well for you and your family, and it can eclipse a salary. It absolutely can. We have a number of people who've eclipsed their salary. So money is great, and money is not everything. It is right up there with oxygen, though. But it's the time that people are trying to get back, the time with their families, the flexibility to take care of an elderly parent or grandparent, or some people may be raising their grandchildren, or whatever the case may be. Some people may have spouses that are deployed, military, whatever it is. You can do this business from anywhere. We have people on my team now in 11 countries. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can do this business, and that's the other thing. It just doesn't matter. When people come to you and you draw people to you because of what you're doing and you like it, so that's what you kind of reflect outward, people will come to you and ask you questions. Hey, share it with them. That's what we're doing tonight. Sharing with you so that you can get some semblance of understanding that this really is something that actually works and in short order. Right, Denise? Right, Heather? Right, Whitney?
Very true.
I definitely agree. Since we have the drop shipping model, that so many people in other countries that, direct sales, usually you sell to your local market a lot and online, but they don't ship to those countries. And we have a lot of people in Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, Australia, the United Kingdom. There's so many of them.
Netherlands. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that they sell in our country and they drop ship, they order it in our country. Canada, and a lot of those, Canada, the United Kingdom, they have very large markets in this business, so you can also sell in your country, but you can also sell in our country. Mm-hmm. I know in one of my e-commerce platforms, I'm selling in Denmark, France, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom. So I'm providing products to all these people all over the world. So it's kind of interesting that I never would have thought that I would be selling to people in France, like fashion products and stuff like that. That would have never crossed my mind in this lifestyle. I was a dental assistant prior. I made really good money in it in the state that I was certified in. And then when I moved to Florida, they were offering $9 an hour. So they were basically putting a cap on my potential. And I was thinking to myself, I can do better than this. I can make more than this for my time. I am worth more than this. I specialize in this trade. I enjoyed it. But at the rate that I was going, I wouldn't even have been able to cover daycare for what they were going to pay me. So it just wasn't worth it. I knew there was a better way. I knew there was something online. I was determined to find something online from home. It might have taken me 2 years, but I found it, and I'm extremely grateful for my family, supporting my family this way. My son's dad, he got to stay home with us until he was almost a year old. So I don't know how many dads can say that they spent their entire first year with their kid at home. He didn't have to worry about going to work. So once he was about a year old, I was like, you need something to do. And during the day, you got to do something productive. So he went and got a job. And he enjoys his job, you know, but I pretty much support our family, you know, so everyone's got to have something productive to do during the day. So I have my business, and, you know, he has his job and stuff, and it's great. But he didn't have to miss out all those first moments and stuff like that. And we have a lot of dads that are in this business that do it, and they work from home, and they're very successful at it. And I know that they cherish working from home with their kids and taking care of them, especially they're all so little and they're not missing those moments. And I just really think that's really awesome about this business. You know, because most of us moms, a lot of us are home for the first few months and stuff like that, but we don't want to miss those moments. But nobody thinks about the dads.
I agree 100%. That just makes me smile to think about it. Because also single parents, people always think about single moms, but there's single dads out here, and yes, dads who don't want to miss those moments either. So that's so important. I mean, it's like bring family back. You know, family has been so fragmented over the years in corporate America, and a lot of us, I know I found that corporate America just doesn't care. They don't care about your life over. You can do what you have to do so that you can later do what you want to do. Start now. Start now. If you don't already have your retirement plan written, start writing your exit strategy right now, and you can have a backdrop right here. You don't have to, lose your dignity over even needing help. This is something that happens. You have a backdrop. So that's what I love about this business, is that it really frees your mind up, it frees up your flexibility, and it adds more quality to your life. I love it.
Exactly, I agree. I mean, I have a lady on my team. She has a full-time job. She loves her job. It's not about that. But she can come home and she can kind of do this business on the side and build up a savings to retire, you know, to buy extra things, you know, just because she's passionate about her job, but she may not make a lot of money to put money into savings and stuff, so she does this and she enjoys it also. And I think that's really awesome that we can accommodate almost every different lifestyle there is in this business. And like Deetra was saying earlier, I have specialized in eBay a lot. I enjoy eBay. I just like doing it. I always have, and I continue doing it. And I've had a lot of people that aren't on my team that come to me and they're like, Denise, you know, why are you still selling on eBay when you're making money on Amazon and all these other platforms? And because my sponsor taught me, you don't leave money on the table. That's what he always told me, and it's kind of always stuck with me.
That's right.
And she started selling on eBay again, and she was like, I wish I never stopped. You know, I don't know why I ever left this platform on the side. Yeah. And she's like 16 months into this business, and she's selling on eBay again and generating a whole other stream of income that I think she just kind of thought that would be too complicated or something. I'm not really sure. But she thanks me all the time because I told her, that's all, I gave her like some huge piece of advice. All I told her was, I'm not going to leave money on the table. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and generating an income like I am on all these other platforms. And that's what's awesome, because you'll have multiple streams of income coming in from all over.
That's the best feeling ever. I'm sorry. I just can't, I can't say enough about this whole thing. It just, because I had stopped too for a while, but you know what? It just, like you said, I'm still, as we all know, we have something to laugh about. Each of us has, I know, at least 1 to 5 products that have been selling for over a year. And it's just too funny. It's more than ridiculous. I mean, if you can sell something like 60 times a month, as long as the vendor or the supplier has it, you have it. There is nothing stopping you from making the money. And when you think of replenishables, things that you use in your house, whether it's dryer sheets or toothpaste or paper towels, people are buying that stuff online. So when you are the middleman, you don't have to feel guilty, because people all say, oh my gosh, isn't that this? it's nothing because you get had every day when you go to Walmart. So I am the new Walmart, and I don't feel any guilt about it. You're running a business, and people understand what it is when they do the transactions. So this is, man, this is the best thing really since sliced bread. I'm dead serious.
I agree. I mean, in direct sales, you have your audience, you know, and you build your following, and they're kind of, your following is expecting something from you. So if you go ahead and toss something like you're doing makeup, and then you go ahead and toss weight loss, they're going to be like, whoa, what are you doing? You know, why are you selling weight loss products now? But in this business, we can have multiple streams of income, and they don't cross in between our audiences at all.
I love it.
You have an audience on eBay, you have a different audience on Amazon, and then you have Bonanza and all these other platforms. So it's kind of awesome when you have money coming in from. And then, I mean, if we sign people up in this business and we decide to market this business and help people, so that's another stream of income. And, I mean, you can ultimately have at least 5 streams of income in this business, and none of your audiences will cross each other.
Well, it also doesn't feel like a business. You're really just sharing things with people, and everyone shops every day. And so again, the model here is really what really helps everyone along, because whatever you need to have, it's all right here for you. And it's we all connect with different people. You know, we all learn different ways. So you develop a community, and you have partnerships with people, which is really excellent. So I really love it. And getting to know people and meet people. We have we we meet up in different places, and have larger events and stuff like that. It's just been a really great experience. And it's also something that's a family-owned business. I mean, I get my sons involved. People ask me all the time, why are you still doing things manually? And it's because I am putting an example before my sons that they're not lazy like the world would have them to be. They know how to do this business, and should anything happen to me, these guys can do this business for the next 2 months and be able to support themselves because I've taught them. And it's that simple that kids can get involved. So I said today, anyone who asks their parents for money can do this business. So get your kids started. That's what I had to say. Get your teenagers started. Everybody with their hand out needs to be listing something. I'm just saying.
I actually just signed up my brother. He was
here
for Christmas time, and I mean, I've been doing this for a year, so he's been hearing me talk. And at first, he was like, "Dang, Denise, all you want to talk about is your business." Like, you know, a year ago, but I was excited. I started a business. He came to visit a year ago, and so I was like, just talking about it. So finally, this past Christmas, he signed up with me, and I gave him one of my eBay accounts that was established with 5 items listed on it. He calls me like a week later, and he got recalled back in the military. I didn't know, though, because I hadn't talked to him. So he's back working for the military, and he's like, Denise, I've sold like 7 items in the last week, and I don't know what to do. And he was just kind of strapped for time. So, but he was like, but I'm going to start doing it because I see that this works, you know, because he switched it. Everything was in his name. So I went on there and I had to order everything real quick because he was working 14-hour days. And I did it all out of my account and stuff just to keep the account, you know, healthy and stuff like that. But now he sees, like, without effort that it works. And he's going to be done with the military in April, and he's going to need something to depend on. So now he's listing like 3 items a day and watching the training and stuff, and he sees, like, I can generate an income with this, and it's easy. I mean, it's easy with effort on a daily basis. So I'm really excited about that. I've been trying to talk my twin into signing up because she's about to get a job again. And she's passionate about nursing, and I respect that. But, I mean, just to do it on the side, generate an extra income, it's so easy. And I think that she could really create an extra $100 a month. And I know a lot of us, we have budgets. And just imagine if you could even just bring in an extra $500 a month that wouldn't mess with the budget that you're living off of, what it could do for your family. You're muted, Deetra.
Whitney, how old are your children?
I just have a 3-year-old.
Oh, a
So.
3-year-old. Okay. So do you go to daycare? What'd you say?
No. Huh? Oh, she's not going to be listening to me anytime soon.
But you meet other moms and stuff. When you first started this, did you think it was a big secret?
What do you mean? Sorry.
When you
Ask me
first
again.
started, a lot of times when people start businesses, they don't want to tell anybody just because they may have tried something else before.
Yeah, I did keep it a secret for a little bit because my parents are really successful with their network marketing company. So they're millionaires off theirs. And so it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm going to tell you I started this new opportunity and I'm not going to necessarily it was just like the company I was in and where I was bringing some income in, but I was only getting like $200. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been trying to do this thing for 2 to 3 years and that just wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
So when I told them, they were definitely not mad because they're my parents, but they were just kind of like, okay. So.
Right. So good, but you feel, and I'm so glad. Are you glad? I know you're glad that you ended up here because it's something that can really, it's something that works, and that's the main thing that I was getting at is that it's something that works. So that's why people keep it a secret until they see that it works, and then they'll go tell.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing because I didn't even realize how much money I was actually really making when my husband lost his job, and then he was like, "You should probably add it up," and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
I could be paying my bills, and we kind of argued back and forth. You should get a part-time job. You should get a part-time job, and it's not worth my time. There's no way a part-time job is worth my time. Not even a full-time job.
Right.
And this is worth it. And it's great because it's great because it's like in a network marketing company, you have to work when people are awake. The great thing about this company is you can work at night.
Yes.
When your kids go to bed, you can work at night. It doesn't matter. People are going to shop no matter what.
That's right. Yeah, I've had to do that a whole lot, and that's the main thing. I mean, you wake up in the morning to money because it's different time zones across the world, and people are steadily shopping and buying. So that's absolutely right. Yes. All right, yeah. Denise?
That's awesome. I didn't know that about your parents, that they were successful internet marketers. But I agree that, like I said earlier, you put you work and then it pays off later. So when you wake up in the morning, you've already made sales and stuff, and then you just fulfill the orders. It takes like 2 minutes, and you can make money in your sleep. In direct sales, you have to be able to talk to the person you're selling to, basically. So it has to be during waking hours, and possibly even on the phone. So with a little kid, that could be really difficult. I know it's difficult for me to talk on the phone during the day. I know, I can imagine. Seems like the older he gets, the louder he gets. So that's awesome.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about this, too, is that Denise touched on it a little bit for me because I do a lot of running around because my kids, the two that I have in high school, they are teenagers, and so I'm always dropping off, picking up, dropping off. So it can it can feel like a lot of interruptions, and if you don't, if you're under stress in other ways. But for me, I go out and do what we call retail arbitrage. That's part of the prime level program of the company that we're that we're using, the model, the drop shipping model. But I can go to places like Walmart and I can pick up items for 97 cents and sell them for $8 and things like that. And that's really what helps a whole lot, because when I can pick up things and I can see what's profitable, that really is my thing. I mean, I have found pet items, Ridiculousness, Petco, PetSmart, all those kind of places. You go in there and I just see yellow and red stickers everywhere. So I'm always picking up profits. And what's better than picking up profit when you're out and about doing what you already do? And that's the thing. You don't have to go out to do this business, but while you're out, you might as well do it. I mean, I remember one time I went into the grocery store and I scanned some sidewalk chalk. Just the chalk that the kids run on the sidewalk with. It was 88 cents in the grocery store, but it was selling for $7.95 on Amazon. So, hey, Get 10 or 20 of those, send them to Amazon. They do everything for you. They ship it. They do everything. And you know, when you ship things into Amazon, you're shipping on their rates, so you don't even have to. You're not paying just regular civilian, if you will, shipping. You're using Amazon's rates, and you know how much shipping Amazon does. So you're really shipping in like a 30-pound box would be like $8 or $9. I mean, that's nothing. So there's so much that you learn, again, about doing this business. The model that we use is really some kind of incredible. So you can get started. It's not some huge startup cost either. You know, $49. We started for $20. I mean, we're big fans of not coming out of your pocket with a whole lot of money. So that's another great reason why to get started in this business, because it doesn't cost you much. You make your money back in short order. We don't really talk about high levels of income because it completely depends on your effort and your action that you do or do not take. That's totally up to you, but that's how this business dictates what your success is. It's your effort and your action. If you don't do much, you won't get much.
Well, and I don't know about anybody else, but waking up to having a sale just starts your day off better.
Yes, indeed. Cha-ching.
Yes. And it's crazy, you know, being involved in other previous opportunities like Mary Kay and such, you know, you always feel like you're in competition and nobody ever really feels like they want to help you. But even in the short time that I've been involved, it doesn't matter where I go, there's always somebody willing to help, or there's training, there's so much training available, and just to keep you involved, and it's just crazy. It really is like a family and such. To, you know, everybody wants to help everybody succeed instead of being better than the other person. And so it's just great to be able to have people that are just average, normal people that are wanting to just help people build their lives for their families. And so to me, that just means a lot.
And it does, and that's very true. And that's a big part of this, because we have secret Facebook groups that you get involved in where people just come along. If you have a question, there's someone in there 24 hours a day. You can ask a question and you'll get an answer very quickly, because that's kind of how we do. And I think that's a great thing, and I think that's why people feel like they can be successful, because the only dumb question is an unasked question. And again, there are people who learn the same way that you do. And when you start talking in groups, it's great because you're actually writing on paper, so you can see people's conversations and you can identify with people and connect with them. So that's been the wonderful experience that I've had for 2 years and still rolling. And so that's why I'm just really satisfied. And I like it because in network marketing, you kind of feel like at some point you feel like, oh, I'm getting tired of this. I want to get out. I don't see any end in sight. I'm not going to stop shopping. I'm not going to stop picking up the profits and discovering new things, and also being able to show and train and tell other people exactly how they can do this on their terms. And I think that that's very important in today's world and in today's life.
Right.
You know, a lot of people ask me a lot. They'll come to me, they'll, you know, see one of my videos or something, and they'll send me a message on Facebook, and they'll say, well, why would you share this? You're making money on eBay or, you know, these other platforms. Why would you create competition for yourself? And I don't think a lot of people realize that there are so many more buyers than sellers. We could sign up, we could bring 100 people in tonight and train them and have them list 100 items on eBay, and we're still going to sell items tomorrow. It's not going to make a difference. And I think that's something a lot of people don't think about, is there's probably maybe like not even an eighth of the buyer or sellers that there are buyers. So a lot of people ask me, well, why would they come to you and buy it when they can go somewhere else and get it for cheaper? And I just kind of think to myself, well, why do you go to Walmart and buy anything when you can go to somewhere else and buy it for cheaper? And a lot of people just don't know that they can, or that it's even out there, or how to. So people just kind of go to what's convenient for them. We all like convenience in our life. Everyone likes it. I still shop at Walmart. So, because it's convenient for me when I need stuff on a weekly basis. People send items into Amazon, groceries, you know, that people buy through Amazon, and their amazing deals with their sending you their groceries every month and stuff like that. So we have these groups. If you join our team, tonight, you can click the button below. It says get started now. You can join. Whoever sent you this video, you will join their team. And then that person will invite you to our groups. We do weekly webinars for e-commerce and affiliate marketing, and we teach everything that you can imagine. We'll do eBay webinars, we'll do Amazon webinars, we'll do Bonanza webinars, and we'll switch them up. And we'll try to provide you that extra value that you're not only going to get in the training. When you start at the prime level for $49.99, you are going to get eBay dropshipping training, Bonanza dropshipping training, Amazon FBA training, and I believe that there's also a few other platforms in there. But you're not only going to get the training, but you're going to get tools that are going to help you maximize your time. They'll list all the information for you, pull it all for you, and all you have to do is kind of edit and stuff to make yourself stand out and different. Because when you go to eBay, you know you want to stand out. So we're going to teach you that. We're going to teach you how to make the best listings possible, to rank the highest on eBay and get the most sales. So if you are thinking about joining and you're hesitant, then just think about it. You don't want to miss out anymore. It's income tax season. So you might think you
say it.
Christmas, you missed all the big sales, but January through April is a great time to sell on eBay. So click the button below and get started. Reach out to the person that sent you to this video and talk to them. And below you can get started. Click the button, and we will see you on the inside.